This is the Maxus MIFA 9, and MIFA stands for Maximum Intelligent, Friendly and Artistic. I'm not sure who comes up with these names. In some markets this is the LDV MIFA 9, but here in Ireland and the United Kingdom, and I think in Europe it's going to be called the MIFA 9. It is a all-electric 7-seater, and they claim the world's first electric MPV. So it's over 5.2 meters long, 1.8 meters tall and 2 meters wide. So it is a unit on the road. Let's start along the front with regards to the design. And the design is divisive. I get a lot of comments, people saying, who designed it? Was it Stevie Wonder? So it is very Marmite. You either love it or you don't like it. But practicality is the name of the game here with the Maxus MIFA 9. Along the front, you have that, depending on what the market, you'll have the Maxus or the LDV badging spelled out. Then you have that LED daytime running light up at the top with the indicator, and then your high-low beam unit in underneath. A lot of flat surface going on here. You've got some aero vents in at the side with regards to getting that air cushioning around. A lot of chrome, and I'm not sure if black is the right colour for this, maybe for that chauffeur service, funeral home service kind of setup, luxury, moving people from A to B. Speaking of moving people, what's the range? WLTP, depending on the 3 levels, is between 430 and 440. Real world, you're probably getting near the 340, 350. It's what I saw once I stepped into it. So some radar sensors in underneath, some air vents for the actual battery, but otherwise it's a bit of a unit. In underneath that bonnet there is a frunk. And you can see all the charging cables are in here as well, so, and the toe and eye, etc. So good that they've used that practicality in that kind of fairly stub-nosed actual front. Moving down along the side, you have your 360-degree cameras in underneath the wing mirrors. It comes in the choice of 18s or 19-inch wheels. I actually think the wheels are a small bit lost in it. I'd like to see 20s and 21s in there, but at the moment that's the option. A lot of chrome going along, so along that shoulder line you have chrome going all the way back, and then it kicks up on the C-pillar and then it goes along the roof line to the spoiler at the back. But you also have some chrome, a little angle coming here underneath the D-pillar with the lights either side of it. Massive doors. Just ease of access is huge. You literally sit and swivel into it. And then you've got the auto doors on certain trims. The 3 different trims are Elite, Premium and Luxury. And so depending on what trim you go for, the entry-level trim will be manual doors, where the other 2 will be sliding doors. So nice little step up and a step in, but we'll talk about the interior once we get inside. So we talked about range. Prices are coming in at $79,950, $89,950 and $99,950. One other element of chrome is on the handles as well, but they're very much like Tesla Model X with the button onto each other, and then you've got a chrome edge along the bottom of here. Charging is 11 kilowatt on AC, so overnight for charging, and then DC, or they're saying 20 to 80% in 30 minutes. I don't have an actual figure on the DC, and I couldn't find it on any of their spec. A lot of glass between the A and B, B and C and D pillar, so because of that 3 rows, and this is in the top level trim that we have, so they are the black grey kind of tinting, and then on the entry level trim it's more of a green kind of a tinge. So yeah, you can see it is pretty much a maximum space, maximum practicality, all electric MPV as we talked about. Let me know in the comments, is it to your taste? Do you like it? Do you not like it? It does get a lot more luxurious on the inside, but externally it's a love it or loathe it kind of a situation. Let's turn around and have a look at the rear. Around at the rear you've got your high level brake light with that spoiler, you've got your window wiper, even though you technically don't need it because there is a rear view camera that's always rear view. There's actually no way of looking out the back window unless you turn over your shoulder. Large Maxus branding on the chrome lettering. Then you've got the MIFA 9 on one side and the SAIC Motors, which is the parent company of Maxus. You've got your LED brake light, it splits off, and you've got some indicators and reversing lights, some more chrome in underneath with some reflectors. There's a power tail lift on the medium to high level trims. And with the 2 rear seats up, it's not bad. You'd fit a couple of suitcases into it, and then if you want to drop it down, You just pull the handle and it drops down. Far from flat, there is a big step that goes in there. It's a 60-40 split on that. But you can do everything from the rear here, and you have the seat belts for all three. 2 Isofix in the rear, 2 in the middle as well on these captain's chairs. So it's a 2-2-3 formation. You've 12 volt connection there as well. Let's have a look on the inside. Getting into the MIFA 9 is so easy. You literally just sit and swivel. It's amazing. So what we have here on the door, you've got some different types of fabric and different type of materials. You've got some soft plastic on the top. You've got this carbon fiber with the LED ambient lighting. I think it's 64 colors. You've got your center lock, and you've got all your windows, and you've got the ability to move your body colored door mirrors. They also are heated and retractable in the medium and upper level trims. You have the ability to open the boot or the tailgate in this one, and a massive door bin. Nice sill plate. Over my right knee, you've got a little pocket, and you have the button release, 2 pulls for the actual frunk. Good thunk of a door. On the right in the corner of the A-pillar, you have the facial recognition, driver monitoring. On the A, B, C and the roof, you have this, what I would call Alcantara, kind of a nubuck, but they call it kind of a chamois. It does kind of feel like a chamois leather. You have your visors with your LED vanity light. Up on top in the head unit, you have the ability to open and close the sliding doors on left and right, and you have the ability to open and close the blind. Now, in saying that, the blind itself in the first section is manual, but the opening and closing of the sunroof is automatic, thankfully. Steering wheel is 2-spoke. On the left hand side, you've got your cruise control. On the right hand side, you've got your heated steering wheel, which I think again is on the medium or upper level trim, and you have the volume track. Behind that, then on the left hand side, you have wipers, and on the right hand side, you've got very much like a Tesla stock: down for drive, up for reverse, neutral and park, and you have the ability of setting your cruise control with that as well. It won't let you start or move the car without the seatbelt on. You've got your display behind the driver's seat, and this can be set to bright or dark, or it'll automatically change. And on that, you have speedo on the right hand side. On the left hand side, you have vehicle status, so whether there's a door open, etc. Range underneath it, percentage power used, what mode you're in, what level of regeneration you're in, and then what mode with regards to normal, eco or sport, time, etc, etc. A lot of stuff is done through this central infotainment screen, and it's probably where the MIFA 9 doesn't step up to the mark with regards to the price point. I just think it's a small bit difficult to do everything. Like, I have not figured out how to change the time on this. It has Apple CarPlay, but it doesn't have Android Auto or Android Automotive. It's got this weird mirroring, and it was the same in the Maxus T90 EV, this Android thing. So it literally mirrors your screen. So if you move your phone, it turns it into a vertical side of things. Some of the, you've got your media volumes, you've got your driver modes, normal, eco, sport has to be done through the screen. Your lights have to be done through the screen, which is an unusual one. They're not on a stalk. The automatic rain and automatic lights are on it, but you've got automatic hold, handbrake release, again on the screen. You can operate everything via the actual, so you can see, you can have low beam, off, position the lamp itself, and then automatic. But yeah, if you wanted to flash somebody, I'm not sure it's there, to be quite honest. You've got your shortcut buttons down here, climate, temperature up, temperature down. You have your front and rear window demisters. 2 USB type A's down here, one for data connection for that Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, or that QD link, and the other one is just for power, and a 12 volt. Up in the head unit itself is another 5 volt for dash cam. You've got a phone holder, you've got acres of space in underneath, you've got 2 cup holders here, you've got a wireless charging pad, and you've got a butterfly opening central arm, and it is massive. In here, nothing. Seats are adjustable, and on the upper level trims, they're vented and heated. You've got your glove box. Overall, I said this is probably the area that the MIFA 9 isn't my favorite space. You have that rear view mirror as well, but it's not a mirror, it's a camera, and it's full-time a camera. You can't switch between the two of them, even though you have a wiper, and you probably couldn't see a lot out the back of it anyway, so the camera is probably a good choice. That seat is set for me. I'm 188 centimeters, 6'2". Let's have a seat in the back and see what it's like with regards to leg space. I think we know what the answer is going to be, but Let's have a seat in the back. Just before I get out, they have this kind of a kick-up door handle. I've seen it somewhere else and I can't remember where I see it. If you know what I'm talking about, stick it in the comments. But yeah, it's kind of like a... Where did I see that handle before now? Nice feature actually. And lots of different textures going on. But yeah, that door handle is something different. So there's lovely elements to the MIFA 9. It's just the small bit of the tech is what's bothering me. As mentioned, on the medium and upper level trim, it's an automatic door, and then on the upper level trim, you have these pretty amazing seats. Let's close this door so we have a bit of contrast. Starting from the top down, you've got a full double length for the middle and the rear row of passengers that opens halfway. And you have a blind as well, that's automatic. Up in the head unit, you have the ability of changing the air from the top vents or onto your feet. The seats, these are the top level trim, and you have the ability of opening it up, pressing a button, and then this little table shoots up, and then you have the ability of opening it out. So for drinks or food or for working away on, yeah, really nice. Something totally different that you don't see in the market today. And then popping it back up and then letting it down. You've got a nice little cubby hole in there as well. You also, when you press, there's some buttons around the place that move seats around the place. On this right hand side, you have the ability of extending, and what that means is it centers up the seat so there isn't a central walkway, and then it's putting this all the way back. For me, I've got some seats at the front, and then it's kicking up my leg support as well. So yeah, you can go on a long journey with this, absolutely no problem. And it's extending, still going actually. This is the extend mode. These seats are also heated and ventilated. Massage, very good. So with the massage, you've got 8 different versions: pulse, wave, walk, single, comfort, butterfly, waist, and snake. And you can adjust everything. You can adjust the headrests, up, down, left, right, so it's a lot of way adjustable. So let's reset that back. This screen is also able to be covered with your armrest. You can see there's a little button on it there. Everything is going back, so it moves forward, it moves over, so that that walkway comes back in again. Let me just reset this one so I can show you what it looks like, so that I can show you how easy it is to get in the back. What else have we got in here? We've got a couple of handles on the B pillar. You've got a handle behind the seat, and it's called a commode handle. Then you've got some magazine holders. You've got that footrest. In the middle row, there's a funny lack of chargers. You do have a 220 volt 3-pin socket, kind of a plug going on here. It's actually not a UK and Ireland socket, and probably need an adapter for that. But otherwise there isn't any USBs in these middle seats, which is an unusual one. Space up front here, you can see, now this seat could probably go forward a bit more. Forward. So that seat, front seat set for me at 188 centimeters. This seat is now set for me, and I still have 2 or 3 centimeters easily. Headroom is across the whole car is massive, like nothing else like it. And let me have a seat in the back, but you have space to scoot down in between the two. In the back, with that middle seat also set for me, you have another 3, 4, 5 centimeters space. You've got you have the magazine holder. Feet can kind of go in underneath the seat. Would you fit 3 people back here? The middle person would be probably on the smaller side. You've got 2 isofix in the rear, 2 iso, so 4. There might be one in the front as well. I need to double check that. You've got a cup holder, mobile phone holder, and a USB type A sockets in the sides. With the Maxus MIFA 9, you have to put on your seatbelt before it actually will move forward. It won't let you do it otherwise. So down for drive, and then we're away. You're sitting up in that real upright seating position, very much like a commercial vehicle, and acres of space. Lovely quarter panel window in the A pillar. Wing mirrors are nice size as well. I would like the redundancy of having a traditional rear view, just if I wanted to check, but the clarity of the rear view camera is very good. In fairness, it is very good. Super smooth front wheel drive. So when you indicate or you go into reverse with indication, you get a 3D view that you can see here on the screen. But the scale is kind of funny. It makes it look like it's a really small MPV. So the cars around you then look like they're way bigger. But you've got 9 different camera angles that you can change that on, but it defaults to overhead blind spot kind of a section. Manual blind at the front. I find it's an automatic handbrake. You can turn that on, auto hold on the screen. I find that the takeoff is a small bit more pressure than I would like. I'd like it to be a bit more responsive. Now, in saying that, the car itself is actually, the battery is a 90 kilowatt hour battery from CATL, and it's a ternary lithium battery. The electric motor is a 100 kilowatt motor with a maximum torque of 360 Newton meters. So what I found this morning, it was wet kind of roads after a night full of rain, and because that front wheel drive, another thing I'd like to see, and this is all wheel drive, but it is front wheel drive, there was a bit of tailspin on it. So the ability to get that power down gently, and I think it comes back to that mapping of the accelerator pedal. But seats are nice and comfortable, super comfortable, and on this upper level trim they are ventilated and they are heated. You've got full adjust and you've got massage functions as well with lumbar support. So the seating position is good, the visibility is good, that acceleration, as I said, I'd like that pedal a small bit more responsive, easing it in, especially if this is going to be a chauffeur, maybe, and that's what the preset is. It is preset. There's our collision warning. So lots of bleeps and bloops, as always. Very smooth, very comfortable, very little road noise as well, in fairness to it. You've got that in the A-pillar, you've got that infrared driver monitoring system. It hasn't actually popped up on anything that I wasn't looking at the road, unlike the Aura Funky Cat from Great Wall Motors, but we're starting to see more and more of these driver assists coming in. The car has to be in park before the sliding doors will operate as well, so there's nobody going to be jumping out A-team style. So what else have we got? Scenario mode, we've got what scenario they're called with regards to the air conditioning. Let's go to home widget. Let's power this off. Power on. Media settings. Driver modes, normal, eco and sport. And you can change actually how that you have collision assist mode for driving along, intelligent speed limit, blind spot assist, front radar parking assist system, overspeed warning if you're traveling too fast. And you also have monitor the driver condition. That's what that A-pillar is about. So that's what the intelligent driving model. Lights, then you can have your reading lights, your ambient light on or off. Your seats, then you can have your 3 presets for drivers. You can lock your windows. Safety and convenience, we have mobile phone wireless charging. We've got the front passenger's airbag. You can turn that on and off digitally. Reversing activated wipers, but as I said, because you can't see out the back window anyway, I'm not sure what's the point of that. Low speed warning, and you can change that. Rear view mirror auto folding, and then you can auto the rear view window auto folding, and you can have that to tilt if you want it to tilt as well. And then you can have some driver preferences. So the driver preferences is standard, eco and sport. Body stability control system. Each time the vehicle starts or runs at high speed, this function will be automatically activated. Auto handbrake when turned off. Brake pedal, you can have it at standard or you can have it at sport. A steering wheel function, you can have it at standard or you can have it at sport. So lots of different features that you go in there. One thing that you don't get on the Maxus MIFA 9, I think for an €80,000 starting prices, you don't get satellite navigation built into the actual system. You are reliant on that Apple CarPlay or that QD Link, which would give you your Android phone or equivalent. Let me know in the comments if the MIFA 9 is of interest to you. it's definitely, there is a market for it if you're a people mover with your family, or if it's your business. So it could be a taxi firm, it could be a chauffeur business, it could be airport transfer, it could be a hotel, it could be a funeral home like I talked about with this black. I'm sure the people are going to jump into the comments and say that it looks like a hearse, so it'll be perfect to accompany a hearse. But overall, it's a fantastic first attempt for an all-electric MPV from Maxus. There are potentially too many bleeps and bloops, which you can't turn those alerts off. I would like to see that infotainment screen a bit better, probably the screen actually a bit bigger. I'd love to see Android Auto, and I said that in my review about the Maxus T90 electric pickup. Hopefully you've enjoyed the review. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Like the video, leave a comment, and remember, if you think an EV is for you, leave it to me and I'll review. Thank you very much for watching.